welcome back. You're watching The Money Show on ET Now. What if I were to tell you that every time you drive rashly or break a traffic signal here or there, it can actually lead you to not just paying a fine, but also causing your motor insurance premium to go up? I'm sure that'll cause you to drive a bit more safely and follow all rules and regulations properly. Well, that's what the IRDAI as well now wants to do. They're essentially trying to find out a methodology in which traffic violations can be quantified and added to your car insurance premium. How will this work? What stage are we of planning at? Well, let me tell you, we're still in early stages. The working committee has just yet submitted a report on this topic. So let's bring on board Naval Goel, who's intensively studied this working committee report to talk about this. Naval, thank you so much for joining in today on ET Now. Let's start with first, how are we going to quantify an act that's qualitative in nature? How will it be added to my premiums, and is it going to act like a CIBIL score of sorts?
So what the committee has recommended so far is that there will be a grading system. So let's say a drunk driving will get a penalty of 100 points. Some other violations will be 50 points, 60 points. So violations range from 10 points to 100 points, and these violations will keep accumulating. So if there are, let's say, 3 violations of drunk driving, then you will accumulate 300 points. And what they have done is these points are linked to the premiums. So what they are proposing is, in the motor insurance, they will add additional section for traffic violation premium. So that section will basically mean it will have zero premium if there are no violations, and it will have some premiums in the range of 200 to 1500 rupees, depending on the points accumulated in the violations. So that is how the committee has proposed this to be working.
So currently, how is one's motor premium determined? And if I'm going to be adding one more parameter, it means regardless of how safe a driver I am, my premium cost is going to go up.
So yes, that is true. The premium will supposedly go up because all the other sections of the premium. So currently what you pay for a motor insurance premium is basically the own damage portion of your motor insurance, and then the third party damage. And apart from that, you pay for the add-ons. So what they are proposing is this will be the additional section in the premium in the policy. So this premium will be over and above what you are already paying. But having said this, if insurance companies start getting this premium additionally, maybe the other premiums might go down, which is like already the OD premium might go down. So that is the expectation over the long term. But yes, currently the premium will go up.
So give us some examples. I mean, I know you mentioned the one on driving under the influence of alcohol. Give us some other examples of traffic violations and how the severity of these violations could add to the premium.
So in terms of severity, it is not very high in terms of, I have seen that premium chart. So the maximum penalty that a person will pay is 1500 rupees. So, that is if you have 300 points accumulated. So 300 points meaning that, there are 3 cases of drunken driving, or like wrong parking is just 10 points penalty. So I don't think it will hit the pocket of people in a big way. But yes, for regular offenders, this might be maybe a additional cost of 1500 to 2000 rupees. And that is also when they renew the policy. So it is not like you have to pay today when the violations have occurred. So these points, when they are accumulated over a period of time, whenever you renew the policy next time, that is when you pay this additional premium.
So give us a gist of how will it work? I mean, will there be an authority that will accumulate, analyze data on these traffic violations? And also, let's say if I'm buying an insurance policy next year, how many years prior data will they accumulate, and and based on which they will decide what's the premium I have to pay?
See, so yes, there is an authority. IIB is supposed to collect these data from the traffic authority and maintain this database. Initially, they will be trying with Delhi NCR region, but later on they are proposing that they will implement it across India. So this data will be maintained, and you will obviously have to pay until you renew next. So let's say in the last renewal you already paid for violations prior to that. Then on your next renewal, you only pay for the additional violations which have occurred after that renewal. So every time a renewal is occurred, renewal is done, your basically the points accumulated goes to zero.
So, and I'm sure this is on the mind of a lot of individuals. Let's say that a particular person has a bad traffic violation record. What they would try to do is perhaps buy a vehicle in another family member's name so that they can avoid the premium. I mean, since driving is a very personal experience, so explain to our viewers that why that might not be possible, Naval.
So yes, that is true. You can always do that. You can buy a car in other people's name who are kind of not having any. But obviously, when you buy an insurance policy, it is on the car that you're buying that insurance policy. So if that car is involved in a traffic violation, so obviously the data is maintained for the car. Now, whoever the driver is doesn't matter. So if you are renewing a policy for that particular car, you basically pay for the violation of that particular car. So I don't think this will kind of save people from paying for the violations. I mean, it will be on the car, assuming that the car is driven by the owner. But let's say if the ownership changes for the car, then obviously the violations are not passed on. Let's say you sell a car and you already have 3 violations. So at the time of selling the car, the new owner will not have to pay for the violations which has been done by the previous owner.
Well, so like I said, the moral of the story is always follow all rules and regulations, because you don't want to be paying fines, you don't want to be paying higher insurance premium either. Naval, thank you so much. It's still early days, so let's see what shape and form this new regulation will take going forward. On that note, we'll wrap it up on The Money Show. Thank you for watching.